Hello everyone. Today we will see how we can incorporate a company in New York. So basically it is very easy to incorporate a company in New York. You do not need to go to an accountant to do it. You can do it by yourself. That is very easy. So if you can incorporate it by yourself and if you can get an EIN number, means that employer identification number, then when during the tax season you just need your tax lawyer or your tax professional the EIN number, your income and expense details, your business number, everything, and he can easily file your tax return. So what we can do, we are just right now in the Department of State in New York. So here is the option: corporation or business entity. One is the business corporation, certificate of incorporation. One is benefit corporation. One is professional service corporation. Professional service means people who are doctor, engineer, lawyer, or CPA. They can register as professional service corporation, but they should have a certificate from the state. So means that if you do not have a certificate from the state, you cannot register as a professional service corporation. This is a not-for-profit corporation. Another one is limited liability company. Limited liability company is very good for people who want limited liability, and also they want a simplicity of tax return. Suppose you are the single owner of a company and you do not have any partner. In that case you will be considered a single member LLC, and you need to file your tax return in the Schedule C of 1040, sorry. And in that case you do not need to submit the incorporation tax file. But if you are a multi-member LLC, in that case you need to file a separate LLC tax return, means that 1065. So LLC and limited partnership use the same format, 1065, and but their tax system, their tax formula are almost the same, but their liability is different and their debt ownership is also different, but both of them are flow through entity. Okay, we'll discuss about this later. And there is also another option, that professional service limited liability company, article of organization. This is also a professional service, means that you should have a professional designation. Other that you cannot open professional service limited, these two. Okay. And for a common people who are just normal or common people, they can incorporate their company either business corporation. So if you register as a business corporation, it will be either a C or S corporation. So if you file a form 2253, then it will be a S corporation. Otherwise it will be considered a C corporation. Limited liability, you know how to do it. If you are a single member LLC, you are just a disregarded entity. You will be considered as a disregarded entity, means that you are not a separate entity, but you need to report all your income expense in Schedule C of your 1040. Okay, and a limited partnership, if you have 2 or 3 partner, you can form a partnership. So partnership has total two uh, two criteria, means that total two difference. One is the general partnership, one is the limited partnership. And if you want to form a limited partnership, then you need some kind of agreement, and you can form under the estate the limited partnership. So right now I just want to show you how to incorporate a company for S corporation. So S corporation is very important, because if you are a green card holder and a US citizen, you can form a S corporation. Otherwise, if you are a refugee claimant, means whether you are an asylum claimant or any other status, but if you lived in the USA more than 31 days in a year continuously, means that you live this year, the next year, and also the next year, and in that case you can be yourself considered as a resident alien. Resident alien means that if you are a refugee claimant, if you have a work permit, you can still form a S corporation. But remember that if somehow way you can no longer live in USA, means that you have to leave USA, and in that case if you live outside USA more than 1 or 2 years, then you can no longer keep the company as a S corporation, because the rules is that you need to be a resident of United States of America to be a S corporation. So basically it is S corporation is viable for people who are actually a resident of USA. You are living permanently in United States, not temporarily. So if you want to live in USA temporarily, means that you do not have any valid status, and you think that you might need to go out of this country at any time, then this LLC will be the best solution for you. But S corporation has a lot of tax advantage, that's why people should try to form an S corporation. So if I click on business incorporation, there are 2 ways to incorporate a company. This is the paper filing. So if I hit on here, is the paper filing option. So if you fill up this form and the certificate of incorporation, and you need to mail this form, and fee for filing is $125. So nowadays nobody use the paper filing, so it was used in the past, so we'll use the online. So if you use the online option, you can incorporate your company instantly. So if I hit on incorporated company online, so there are 2 options. Okay, what is this? It is showing domestic limited liability company and domestic business corporation for profit. So from this option you have 2: domestic business corporation for profit and domestic limited liability company. Okay, they also link it as a domestic limited liability company, but we want to form a corporation. So we hit on domestic business corporation for profit, and if we hit on apply as owner, oh, now it is asking for your New York Gov ID. Okay, if I hit on, I have a login ID before, and if I hit on click sign, now you can enter the name of the corporation. If I hit on tax solution limited, it has already been registered. The name is not available because it has already been registered under my name. Okay, so I can hit any name, taxi service. Okay, we can hit an as there, your name, suppose Shojib taxi service. valid corporate indicator required. If I hit on limited, limited, okay, LIMITED. Now the name is accepted. So there is no company in Newark, Sajib Taxi Service Limited. Re-enter the name of business entity. Okay, if I hit on click, copy, okay, save and continue. Okay. Sajib Taxi Service include the following statement not required by statute. Understand that I undersigned a natural person of at least 18 years of age for the purpose of forming a corporation. Okay. Does the name of the corporation contain any non-English words or phrase? No. In county, I can hit Kings, and there is some common share. You can enter any amount and you can hit no par value, and means that there is no initial price for the share. You probably not gonna sell your company soon. No par value. If I hit on par value, then you need to enter par value, suppose like 100. Okay, save and continue. Service or process name. Okay, select a service company. There is a lot of company already. Okay, enter service or process postal address. Okay, provide a name, person or entity to which the Secretary of State may mail a copy of any process receipt. So if I just write my name in the Rizwano Hawk, so my address, Brooklyn Estate, New York. Okay, zip code 2296 I think. There is also optional electronic service or process, optional registered agent. Suppose you do not want to handle your company by yourself, and you live outside of New York, and you want a person who can handle everything on behalf of you. Means that a registered agent must be a natural individual person residence. The registered is the person who can legally receive your company letter and open it and reply it back to the state, or doing your tax filing, etc. So you can enter your registered agent name, suppose like Ashik Hussain, and address line is suppose like 429 Brooklyn Estate, New York 11208. Okay, Now certificate of corporation include the following statement. Upon the filing of this certificate of incorporation with the Department of State, optional duration date not required by statute, optional liability statement. The duration of the corporation shall be perpetual, means that it will not be dissolved, so it will continue. And existence of the corporation shall begin, means that if you pay by today, if you file by today, means that when you make the payment for the incorporation, the companies will start from today's date. Okay. And optional preemptive rights statement. Okay, hit on yes, save and continue. Incorporator first name, suppose so I'm showing my name. My address, save and continue. Filer name is also yours name. Okay, so MD Rizwano Hockey 859 Belmont Avenue, City Brooklyn 11208. Let's confirm. Just hit copy this email address. Save and continue. Okay, now the certificate of incorporation is almost done. Everything is written on here, my name, signature, everything. I don't want to hit proceed. Okay, so if I hit proceed, then it might process my application. I'm just showing you, so I will actually delete and I'm just actually deleting this. So after, the next option will come, might be additional service payment, and hit on complete. Okay, I just want to not process this application. Exit application, leave. Certificate of incorporation. I probably might, if I leave this here for a long time, it might be deleted. Okay, so right now it will, so if you form a corporation at the beginning, it will be considered a S corporation, C corporation, but you need to file a form 2253. So 2253, if I search on 2253 S corporation formation, if I file form 2253, okay, sorry, I'm in the wrong tab, sorry, not this one. This one is the IRS website here. Now this is the current version 2253. So 2253 cannot be filed online, so we need to fill up this form 2253, calendar year, everything, details. Remember that in S corporation, shareholder cannot be more than 100, and every shareholder need to be a resident of United States of America. That is the limitation. And I can enter all the name of each shareholder, name, signature, date, a number of share percentage, social security, taxpayer, shareholders, tax year ends, months and date, everything details. And after that, if I fill up this full form, and there is the option how we can send this form. So there should be a fax option. Let me check. There is okay, in this form the probably did not write it. So okay, let's check again. Okay, there is the gives the effective June 18 2019, where to file your taxes for form 2553. Okay, so if you are within where is the Newark? I'm looking for Newark. Okay, if you are within this estate, then you need to fax it from on here. And if you are outside of Newark, sorry, if you are outside of Newark means that if you are resident, if you file, if you set up your company in this estate, you need to fax it on here. Fax is the important thing, because if you mail this, it will take a very long time. So fax is the, we just need to fill up this form, scan this, and take your signature, everything details, and we can then later fax the form to IRS. Okay, so I'm not going through details of this form, it will take a very long time. So you don't need to take headache of this form fill up, your tax filer will do everything. Okay, another thing is that you need to create a EIN, employer identification number. So if you hit on EIN, get employer identification number, so it is very easy. So this is important for your tax filing. Apply for an EIN. Okay, begin application now. Suppose you are filing for S corporation, so you should hit on here. And if you are LLC, if you hit on here, if you are partnership, and if you are a sole proprietor, then you can also hit on here. And if you are a sole proprietor, if you want to use a specific name, you need to do a DBA. Okay, remember that. If you hit on S corporation, and there's some information regarding S corporation 2553, you need to file from 2553. They also mentioned that if you select S corporation, you need to file from 2553. Why is this corporation requesting an EIN? Starting a new business. Okay, you are starting a new business. Don't continue. And I don't need to fill up the latter part. You need to fill up your SSN, ITI, and everything details. I'm the president, you are the president or corporate officer, and if you hit on continue, it will actually take you to the final EIN agreement. And when the final step, you will receive your EIN number, and there is no charge for it. So this is the identity. So this page is the identity. The third page is the address. Fourth page is the additional details. 5 is review and submit, and 6 is the EIN agreement. So what we learned that first you need to incorporate your company to IRS, then need to file from 2553, and then and the third step you need to apply for EIN. Okay, so if you feel it very complicated, you can contact with me. I also do incorporation of a company, and I also do making S corporation for people who are actually self-employed. So if you are self-employed, suppose like if you are a Uber or taxi driver, then if you form an S corporation, then you do not need to pay self-employment tax. Means that social security and Medicare tax, it is combined, it is 15.3%. so it will be a big saving for forming a S corporation. So suppose your net income is $80,000, and if you form a S corporation, so if you do not need to pay the social security and Medicare tax, means the self-employment tax, so 80,000 multiplied by 15.3%, $12,240 savings. So you do not need to pay tax for this amount to the government, and this is legal. This is totally legal. And most probably you need to pay your accountant for every year tax filing, including your personal and corporate, might be $1,000. They might charge you, and so you have it still total savings of more than $11,000. I know that taxi driver and Uber people makes a lot of money. You can have a lot of deduction for making a corporation, and you can obviously do so. So, but if you just keep it as a self-employed, then in the Schedule C you cannot make as many deduction as you can do in S corporation. S corporation has a distribution availability, which the Schedule C does not have. So you can obviously save a lot of money by doing S corporation. Okay, the video is getting very long, so I don't want to continue more. Thank you again for watching my videos. Okay, bye. See you in the next video.